I'm Dariko, and I am a wine mom. Have you ever encountered such an internet character, a wine mom, on Instagram, Reels, TikTok? It's a tired woman that is drinking cheap rosé already in the afternoon sometimes because she's so tired. And yeah, the rosé is cheap because children's clothes are expensive and the school is expensive and having children is expensive in general. Right, so that's not me yet. I am a nerdy wine mom. I'm a wine educator and I teach adults where wine is coming from and how to pick the wine you like. And I also teach my 4-year-old son how to navigate this world that is trying to put a label on you, that is where people are teaching you what to listen to, who to vote for, and eventually, yes, what to drink. And actually, I get a lot of backlash when it comes to drinking because people will say, yeah, well, I know my wine. It's either white or red. It has alcohol. What else should be there? Well, I tell you what I like in a glass of wine. In wine lingo, there is a nice term, terroir, sense of place. It's like when you pick this glass of wine and you can roughly tell where it's coming from. I mean, was it hot and sunny like in Argentina or Spain, or maybe it was hot, but the vineyard was cooled by morning fogs like in California, or maybe it was a cool year or warm year, maybe it was raining at harvest. There are so many things that you can sense in a glass of wine. And all of this is a fruit of big, hard work by many people. But most of all, the main hero is a wine grower, because quite often the winemakers and wine lovers, we know that any kind of wine is born at the vineyard. So the farmer, the wine grower, is the key person there. The wine growers are supporting the wine, the grape wine. They help to put deeper roots in the soil. They just do a lot of invisible, hard work every day. They have to be permanently vigilant. They have to be dedicated. And through the first 3 years, they don't expect anything in return. So the first 3 years, the wine grower is there, but there is no wine and no grapes, anything. Like, you just need to be there and help and support. And once you eventually have these grapes, then the winemaker comes in play, and winemakers are people who are guiding this grape juice on the way of becoming a wine. They also need to make daily decisions sometimes, to step in or to wait and see what happens. And they are also leading the wine through this fury of fermentation when it's raging and trying to escape the vessel. So it's, again, a lot of hard work. And it reminds me also on one nice wine term, skin contact. So skin contact is what makes the red wine red, basically. The grape skins have these little pigments that are coloring the wine. But in Georgia, we also ferment white grapes with their skins, and therefore they become amber. And they're so trendy now, all around the world. There is this more like the trend, the fashion for amber orange wines. And well, I like orange wine not because of its trendy. The skin contact gives the wine more grip, persistence, attack, and also tannins. And tannins are those little things you perceive on your mouth, this little bitterness. And technically, it provides the wine with more resilience and more longevity. It helps it develop in the bottle. And do you know how we call the wine that was regular white wine that was fermented in Qvevri without skins? It's called udedo, motherless. And it often makes me think also about people. Because sometimes when you see a person who is confident and calm and doesn't try to show off and prove something, you can guess that maybe this person is coming from a kind, loving family. Maybe mom was supporting this person, was loving her or him, was never comparing it to somebody who is better in sports or math. Well, it's not always like this, of course, and some kind and confident people can come from challenging, difficult childhood, but it requires a lot of work. And yeah, sometimes therapy, and also sometimes the wines that are not so well made can require the help of wine consultants, some Italian wine wizards. But again, not everybody is going for kind of helping the wine becoming better or helping yourself becoming better. And therefore we get a lot of people that are genuinely unhappy or broken, but they think they're fine. And there are also a lot of wines that are not so pleasant, but are also sold for quite decent money. Well, I'm saying it as a wine educator and as a mom. I never understood why we are so rushed. First, they tell you, you need to have children. And once you have one, you hear it immediately. You need to have another one. You need to give your child a sibling because it will be so lonely. And then you go for that, and then you're expected to bounce back immediately. Bounce back in shape, go back to work immediately from hospital bed, or I don't know, also come back to the lifestyle you had before, as if nothing happened, as if your life didn't change upside down, as if you didn't change inside out. I mean, you don't ask the vineyard for the second harvest immediately after the first one was picked, right? Because it's nature, and the nature is recovering, it's a healing process. But why are women are expected to bounce back after 1 or 2 weeks after giving birth? And I'm not talking about the weight, because all of us are different. I mean, all the organs are getting shuffled. Both of my sons weighed more than 4 kilos at birth. And by the end of the pregnancies, I just felt like my organs were pushed out of my ears. I mean, let my liver come home. And talking about liver, it reminded me on a little case when I was breastfeeding my second child now in autumn, and a colleague called me and invited me over to a wine event, late night wine event. And I said, sorry, I cannot, I'm with my baby, I cannot leave him just yet. And she said, you are still resting. And I closed my red, sleepy eyes and inhaled this smell of stale milk from my t-shirt and said, yes, kind of. Are you still resting? Is it something you could tell to a winemaker who just finished receiving the grapes after the night of work, and there are more sleepless nights awaiting for him? Because, I mean, the fermentation is just starting. It's like 3 or 4 weeks at least, and you need to be there, because otherwise you will lose the results of your labor, of 9 months of labor, of growing season. Of course, you will not ask it to a winemaker because it's a real job. But is being a mom not a real job? Is it something like a cute hobby, something like painting or assembling Legos? I mean, it's one of the most demanding jobs ever. And how I wish I could do this job better. Of course, I want to go back to my regular work, my wine work, otherwise I wouldn't be standing here today. But more than anything, I want to be there when my children need me. I want to hug them. I want to hold them. I want to let them know I'm there and they can count on me. I want them to feel confidence under their skin, because we have this skin contact, this stabilization, this protection. I want them to know, my dear Casey and Saperavi, you are just remarkable. You're born and matured in this Kvevri we call home, and now you're ready to sail off to the world where you will be judged and categorized and put on the shelf and poured into correct glass. But I know that you can make anything happen. You have everything for that, and you know that. Because you know who you are, you know where you're coming from, and I believe in you. And I also believe that all the best things in the world, the best works of art, music, books, paintings, wines, and humans, all of them require just time, space, dedication, and a lot of skin contact. Thank you.